You know the vibe. All spice, no sugar. Let's get into it.
Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode on the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. And I'm backing it up with another guest on the episode today. So you're welcome. And this beautiful soul, I'm so excited to have her on the podcast because I have been witnessing and watching her journey for a number of years. And I feel like I've just been one of those persons that it's like the silent celebrate. I've just been yes, go queen. Love this. Celebrating from a distance, but never fully connected in person. I know you probably got so many of those people in your life. And it's always a really special moment when I get to bring those people into the podcast studio and actually get to know them on a human level. So listen in, because we're about to dive into all things psychosomatics, fitness related, embodiment. I'm not really sure what other rabbit holes we're going to go down, but I just know and trust that this will all be fully divinely orchestrated, because otherwise, quite simply put it, she wouldn't be in my chair if it wasn't divine orchestration. You guys know what I'm like, okay? So, beautiful souls. This woman is a gym owner of Lux Fitness Center in Tweed. She's a personal trainer and human design reader, which we love. She helps women ooze sexiness, trust their desires, and go after what they want with confidence. Through human design and psychosomatic spiritual healing, she guides women back into their bodies and into a deep sense of gratitude for who they are and who they came here to be, while creating a space for them to expand into more of what they truly want. That's a fucking juicy sentence, I must say. She works with women who are ready to stop holding back and start leading their life authentically with trust. And what I love most about this beautiful soul is the journey that she has embarked and embodied through embodiment. As I said before, I've watched her, don't know if she knows this, but I've watched her for a number of years, from the bodybuilding stage to now being in the psychosomatic realm, being in the embodiment realm, and really liberating herself through energetics. So I'm so excited to welcome Julia to Jules to the podcast. Welcome, my love.
Thank you for having me.
It's really exciting to have you on, because as I said, I've watched you for so many years, watched your WBFF journey, your journey on stage to fitness, and then we were having this conversation before we hit record of just our journeys in bodybuilding and what that's been like in the relationship to self. And as we're both out of the industry now, I hardly follow anyone who was in the industry, and like you're saying too, and it's the very, very few people who I do still follow, who I followed from that era of my life, are pretty much the people who have come out of it and are really in that embodiment era. They see. It's they see things differently. It's you're in a whole different life and perspective of, oh, actually, there's so much more to life than this.
Yeah, I feel that. It's the ones that got out was we can see it from a different lens.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are still there, or still competing.
Yeah.
I feel there are some that are still going, and I'm for how much longer?
Because you were in it for you did 10 shows.
Yeah, so 10, I started my first show when I was 21, so I did it for 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I was in it for 4 years, and that was enough for me. I was all right.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I feel there was a point where I just, and you know what it's you do a show and you get your feedback, you're okay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to be better. And it was just, I remember getting off stage and for one show, and I thought I was going to win. And I got off stage straight away, and I went to my coach. I'm we're going to do the next one. I know I have more. As soon as I got off stage, I was I know I'm going to do another show. And it continued to be like that after every show. I was oh, one more show. And then when I knew deep down that I didn't want to do any more shows, I still held on to that story of doing one more show, because I didn't want to let people know that I wasn't going to do anymore, because that was my identity. That's how people knew me, that I competed and was this girl who did preps and got on stage and I didn't know anything else.
Yeah. What was it doing for you?
Well, I loved doing the posing coaching that came on, I think in like 2019, I started to do posing with the girls. And then I just think I just loved the challenge. I loved working hard towards something, like having something to work towards. I think that was just,
It gives you like a sense of purpose.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I feel you. And then it's like almost, I can completely make sense of like getting off stage, all right, the next one. Because if there's not that milestone or like goalpost in front of you, it's like, well, who am I? What do I do with myself if I don't have something in front of me?
Yeah, especially if they say, oh, you looked great, you just need to be a little bit tighter in your glutes, or just need to make your posing. Like I remember one of my feedback on one of my shows was I needed to pose like I wanted to win. And I was like, I was posing like I wanted to win. Or like my bikini needed to complement my eyes, or I should have wore different shoes. And I was like, oh, that's easy.
Oh
like,
my God.
I'm going to do I can fix that, So it's
do you look at that feedback now and just be like, that was just fucking writing shit?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was. And I remember actually posting it in a caption one time in a photo, and everyone was like blowing up, like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah.
It did start to get, that was a show that I did overseas. That was my first pro show that I did. And competing when I first started, we weren't posting on social media. Like I wasn't sharing what I was eating. I wasn't doing the updates. You just did your training and you would rock up to a show. And then as the years went on, things started to change. Like they were watching you online. Yeah. And if you didn't book your photo shoot with a particular person or get your makeup booked by this person, they really sort of like noted that. And that show that I did overseas, I didn't do any of the meet and greets or things like that. And I just feel like I just got this like strike through my name.
Wow.
That I felt like, and being on stage and feeling like you're not even being looked at was, just like,
it's like this, heartbreaking.
Yeah, like just this feeling in my heart just sort of sunk. It's like I've worked so hard and it just doesn't seem fair. And I didn't want my last show to be like that. So I did another show here in Australia, and it was just this different energy because like we were saying before, I always wanted to win, and I knew I was going to win when I won my pro card. I visualized that. And then after that show that I did where I got that terrible feedback, the energy going into my last show was just, I'm doing this for me. Like I love how I look. I don't care what they have to say. And I finished with this liberating feeling of like, I'm enough. And I'd never had that before through any show. It was just like, again, that wanting to be better, do more. And it was a nice way for me to finish where I was just like, I'm done and I don't need any feedback from anyone from this show.
Wow. Yeah, that's so liberating just to, and also like to finish on such a high.
Yeah.
Did you know that was going to be your last show? Like even if you didn't win?
Yeah, no, I knew that one was going to be my last one.
Yeah. Yeah. After you won, were you like, did the thought ever be like, oh, maybe?
So the one when I won, that was like, okay, well, I've got my pro card now. Like I have to compete as a pro, which I did 2 shows. But yeah, the last one, I even just like, it can be a little bit cliquey. I wasn't really friends with many of the girls. And I feel like a lot of it was quite fake. And I think that's that detachment afterwards where I was like, unfollowed a lot of people in the industry, not because of any way. I just knew that I needed to sort of remove myself from that to not be sort of pulled back in a way of like maybe doing another show or seeing what everyone's up to. Because I'm like, I need to focus on myself now. Like this is my journey. And I know I've got a lot to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I know from everyone's experience is so individual, and just that journey beyond the stage is probably more challenging than the journey to stage, and just finding who you are, like without the glitz, without the glam, without the shredded bikini body, without the identity as a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years since you've been out now. And what has that journey been like for you, like rediscovering who Jules is without the bikini?
Yeah. Well, I love that question. As I said, I was doing a lot of the posing coaching, and I felt I feel like those sessions were a lot more than posing. I really was this guide. I felt like I was this guide for my clients that really helped see them in a way that they were so much more than just a competitor, and to bring out this side of them that they never knew existed, like this confidence that and they loved showing up for sessions and like they really looked forward to it. And sometimes we would end up just chatting for so long before we even got into the posing. And when I finished competing, I still did some posing, but it didn't really feel aligned because I wasn't in it. I'm like, oh, who am I to keep being a posing coach and I'm not even on stage? And there was now so many posing coaches. People would do a show and then they call themselves like the number one posing coach. And I just sort of let that go. And I was like, I really want to work with women in a way that I have been, but I just didn't know what that looked like. And that was when I discovered human design. And I was like, oh, this is really interesting to me, like understanding yourself on a deeper level, like who you truly are, like from within. I started to really live from the inside out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's what that's what I was trying to get to, because everything is so external.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like even just only getting complimented when you're shredded. And it's like, oh, people don't say anything when you're not. And it's like, that's when you're feeling most vulnerable. And I remember one of my coaches saying one time, just wear a baggy shirt. And like, I was like, oh, okay, well, just
it's
cover
just like
up.
You're hiding yourself.
Yeah. It's like, and I don't want to hide anymore. And I feel like, living from within and that energy like oozing out, like people feel that. And that's what I really love about using human design as a tool to really help people strip back and come from within. And then obviously like the embodiment practices through the psychosomatics is a journey that I've been on since like 2019. I was like, I want to be able to gift these sessions to people.
That's so cool. First, I want to know, what is your human design profile?
I'm 4'6".
Yep.
I'm a splenic projector.
Oh,
what are you?
Nice. I'm a 3/5 many gen.
I was going to say many gen.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, I love. Okay, cool. Projector, right? Invitations.
I think
and 4'6".
Yeah, I know a few projectors.
Yeah, I love projectors.
Yeah,
honestly, my partner's a projector. And he's a 2/4, so I'm like, and a splenic. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, I love this.
And that's what I fully trust that. It's like I was intuitively living by my design for a long time, like having this inner knowing.
Yes.
And it's some people, you can have this decision and people can think like, oh, well, like, did you just decide that? It's like, no, I've sort of had this for a while. And then in divine timing, you're like, no, this is right. It's like I knew that I wasn't going to be competing for too much longer, like holding on to that one more show. But it's like I knew deep down that this is going to be it for me. And and I've kind of just been trusting that. It's a silent whisper. So if you're too in your head, you can miss it. And I think we just really need to like, simple but not easy, get out of our head into our body and really trust those, your soul, your intuition. And it's amazing where life can lead you when you come from that place.
Yeah. What is something that has been one of the most juiciest experiences that you've had just from like living life in that way of just allowing your soul to guide you?
Oh, what's coming up for me is just about my business with the gym. So I've owned my business for 5 years, and I think too with being in the bodybuilding world and competing, and it's just been a part of my identity of like having my own gym and my community. I think just with not competing anymore or being like posing coach, it's started to feel a bit out of alignment with me. Like it's not lighting me up as it used to. And I've always held like that little part within me of just the timing of not just like throwing everything away or letting things go because it doesn't feel right anymore. I've really trusted the timing that I've been on with this journey. And I just had this feeling, it was a couple of months ago where I was like, I think I'm ready to like sell my share of the gym. And there's been no resistance or pull. It's like, oh, should I be more sad or should I be scared? It's like, oh no, yeah, of course I'm scared, but I'm being pulled towards something else. And I'm just really fucking excited for like a new beginning, and just the timing of, I guess, what's been coming up for me with like moving out of my place, and the gym's turning 5, and I'm actually going on silent retreat in Bali.
Oh.
So I'm doing 7 days silence.
When's that happening?
That's on the 25th of April.
Oh.
So I'm like, even just around that, like I booked that last year.
Yeah.
And then just around like with my decision of like stepping out of the gym and then planning to move up to the Sunshine Coast, I was like, I think just trusting myself and the timing, that's just been a really nice experience to look back on, of not being in the unknown, but being okay with it.
Yeah.
And just trusting that.
That's the most exciting place to be in life, of just like being in that unknown. It's like, I don't know what's around the corner. I'm like, that's what life is all about.
Yeah.
It's like actually getting to live in the excitement of, I literally don't know what the next piece is, but also then being so trusting in the universe is like just fully got you. Like you can just jump and the universe will catch you.
Yes. And that saying of like, if not now, when?
Yeah.
And it's like, why not? And it's just like, I feel like my North Star, like chasing that and seeing people in the space of late as well, like just through conversation with friends and at the gym, of people maybe not necessarily being happy in their current job or in their relationship. And it's like, it's sort of showing me that's like, yeah, like you get to change and you get to do something, and I'm doing that. And like, that's not going to be me and my story of like staying in something just because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. So you're leaving the gym. You're going on a 7-day retreat in Bali.
Yeah.
You're moving up to the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
Everything's up in the air.
Yeah, I know.
How does that feel in your body?
Well, I feel...
What are you going to do, like business-wise?
Yeah.
What is that next piece in the sunny coast?
I did a post the other day. I had a comment from someone saying like, I'm so grateful for you. You fill us up, like our cups up every day. And I work with clients one-on-one and like group sessions. And I think over the years, because it's just what I've been doing, I was like, wow, I didn't realize how much I pour into everyone every single day. And it's actually, not to say it's been a distraction, but I haven't been pouring all of that into my new passion of my human design and the psychosomatics. And I'm like, oh wow, I'm going to have so much time. And that really excites me, because as much as I wouldn't change of like what I've been doing for my members and my community, I just feel like I can really go all in on it now once I take that leap. Because right now it's like, oh, not the excuse, but kind of it is, of just not having the energy, and especially as a projector. If I'm working with people all morning, I'm like, I need to have a rest. Like I need to recharge. And I really honor that, because in the past I just burn out and I can't show up as the person that I want to be for my people and my friends and my family. So I just I'm really looking forward to having all this time to really see what comes from it with all this extra space. So
that's exciting, because you won't be going back into the gym in the sunny coast, so you'll be like dedicating.
I did notice a little part of me being like, oh, maybe I could go and run some sessions at like my friend's gym. I'm like, that's comfortable.
Yeah. The little ego is like, hey, what about this?
Yeah, I can just do a few mornings. Like I don't want to do the 4:30 wake ups or 4 a.m. wake ups anymore. Like I love a slow morning. Yeah. I've also been getting into, I did my yin yoga teacher training, which I'm loving, facilitating that energy, and Zen Tai Shiatsu, which is a body-based type of massage. And that in itself is so healing without even speaking. So I'm loving the connection and the face-to-face. Like a lot of the sessions are obviously online, but I still really want to integrate that human connection like through that work as well, because I do love it.
That's really cool.
Mm.
So can you explain like what the psychosomatics is, like for those who are listening who are a little bit like haven't heard it before, like wanting to know more like what actually psychosomatics is and like what it does for people?
I love blending the human design with that. So
Cool.
It's a really nice integration, or I work a lot with desires. So, and it is a very client-led approach. So like, say someone's really struggling in their relationship, or they just don't know what's next for them. It's like dreaming while you're awake. So we always close our eyes and we drop in, and it's really inviting or creating a safe space for the client to really go inward. And it's really allowing them to figure out what it is that they want and then what's getting in the way. And then we work with that. So it's not about going and finding like past trauma or things that have been coming up. It's what's in the here and now that we can work with, because that's where the healing happens, like right here, right now, what's coming up. And it's amazing what having that sense of safety can allow people to really open up and share maybe a repeated pattern, and then they have these aha moments where you can then support them through that. And then I like to go into the human design and we'll sort of weave through what came up through there that's in their chart. So someone could come to you and feel fine, and then we can drop in and through the right questions of mindfulness, presence, acknowledgement, validation, then inviting in that compassion through there's a lot of parts work as well, and inner child work that comes in that I really personally love doing. I feel a lot of people get really shocked with what's actually there and they don't realize. Yeah. So good. Yeah, it's really fun.
Any embodiment work or energetics work, I love facilitating people through a simple process, and then it's like popcorn or epiphanies is like what I call it, where they're just like, oh.
And just like, let's just slow down with that for a little bit. Yeah. Like, oh wait, let's just double click on that. Yeah. And let's just stay here for a while. Like, does it feel safe for you to be here right now? And they're like, yeah. It's like, okay, cool. What are you feeling in your body? Yeah. What are the sensations? And really getting people to be like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling like a tightness in my shoulder. It's like, oh, if that tightness could speak, what would it say? And it's like, oh, like that you need to let go. And it's like, what would it feel like if you could just let that go right now? And they're like, oh, I feel like really light. And it's so beautiful to witness. Yeah. And then when they open their eyes and come back into the space, they're just like, what? Yeah. What just happened? What just happened? It's so cool. And I started doing these sessions back in 2019, and I was like, wow, this is really powerful work. And I really want to be able to, I'd love to be able to do this work with others. And I did my training just last year with that. So it is all still very new, but each session, it just comes with practice and being in front of people and all the beautiful processes to help people really just go that little bit deeper has been really fun to learn.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What it like, because obviously like you've done this, like you, especially like when you've done the trainings for it and everything. So would have been a moment for you that was like, oh, this work I need to do. Was there like a moment where you're like, this is the shit, or like did you have someone facilitate the practices on you, and like what did that do for you? Like what was that moment like for you?
It really is a feeling, like it's like the work, just say like the work works. And it's like I've done the therapy sessions before where you sit in front of someone and you share how you're feeling, and I've noticed after those sessions you can feel a bit, you've just unpacked all this and it's like, now what do I do with it? I don't have the tools. Yeah. So I really love the integration and the support that comes with after these sessions, and you start to meet parts of yourself that you can then start to I guess what else I've loved through this work is those parts that I've met, like my little inner gymnast,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just like I can really like notice in times where she comes up where she feels like she's not good enough, and I can just be like, oh, little one, like I see you.
Yeah.
And I know how you must feel right now, and it's okay. And it's just sort of this self-soothing where I tend to do quite often. Like even it came up before I came in here today. It's like, okay, what am I going to say? Or what if I don't know what to say? It's like, it's okay. Like your presence alone is enough.
Yeah.
And just coming back to not needing to know more all the time or needing to have to know everything.
Yeah.
Has been a big one, especially learning something new. Like 10 years in bodybuilding, I'm an amazing posing coach. It's effortless. I don't even have to try.
So unconsciously competent.
Yeah. And then taking the courage to do something new and being a beginner. And as a projector too, there's a part where it's like when you learn something new, it's like it takes at least like 8 to 10 years to really embody and master something. I'm like, wow, I really did that with the bodybuilding. And that's how I felt at the end. I'm like, I feel like I'm a master at this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I'm starting again. And I know I'm going to be here a while because it feels right in my body and I love it. I feel like it's my soul's, it's like my path.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just need to remind myself that I've only been doing this for a little while now. And if I just keep going, it's like, I'm going to get better at it, like anything, right? So
that's so beautiful. And it's so cool for you to just like meet yourself where you're at too.
Yeah.
I find like I totally can then like navigate that mental, like the stories of like, oh, do you know enough to be doing this? Like, oh, but, and then I'm like, well, I don't need to know enough to do it because I'll figure it out as I go along.
Yeah.
And one of my blessings in my human design is that 3 line.
Yeah.
I've always just had
trial and error.
Trial and error. Yeah, it's great. So it's like, it's like how do we learn if we don't try?
Absolutely. I actually have a 3 line in mind too. So as a 4-6, if you have a 6 in your profile, you actually live as a 3 until you're 30. Once I turned 30, you move into the second cycle. And with that, a lot comes with potentially moving, a new job. And I'm like, oh, I really feel that because that's where I'm at now. So yeah, it's really interesting when you can understand parts of your chart and you're like, oh, I'm doing the thing.
Yeah, it's like, it's right here.
Yeah.
It's right here. It's like literally written out. That's cool. Like how have you used like for me, like knowing my human design and like learning about it has been like so, the only way I can really describe it is just being like the breath of like, oh, like this makes sense. So I actually like I get myself on a deeper level, especially when I learned about my 3 line. I was like,
yeah,
makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Of course, like it's just everything that I've done is just like I'll figure it out as I go along, and I've never really had any attachment to that.
Yeah,
and especially like the mini-gen, the 3 line, and then the 5 line as well. But like that 3 line has been like such a big piece of my life and my reality, and even just my expansion of self. And for me, getting to know that, it kind of gave me a little bit of like reassurance in business to be like, okay, girl, like you're exactly where you need to be, and you're going to get to where you're meant to through just trial and error. And if things go wrong, or don't go as well as you wanted them to go, you're again just exactly where you need to be. And it's just allowed me to just like sit back and breathe and to be like, we don't have to have this all figured out because we're actually not supposed to.
Yes.
And you get to live through that that trial and error, that fail forward. Like I always just say to myself, okay, we just fail forward. Like I'm professional at failing forward. And I'm so okay with that because I also know and have this relationship now that if things go wrong, if I do fail, it's oh great. I'm at the next step now. And then it's the next step.
Yeah.
And like most recently, probably the biggest thing for me that really solidified that knowledge was my last Australian tour, where everything that I'd done up until that point, stopped working. Like how I did all of my other Australian tours, how I marketed, I did everything organic. And then what I knew worked then stopped working. It was just like something clicked, and it's like, oh, everything that we've done before is, it's not landing, it's not hitting. And I was like, fuck, like, is this the first time that I actually fail and fall on my face and then the biggest flop when it's supposed to be like my fourth lap? Like I should be, I should know this by now. I should be good at this. I should have the results by now. And then battling that mindset of like, you should be better, like you should be doing, like your results should be better than what you're currently experiencing. And then dropping into, okay, well, if this is my lifeline of fail forward, like it just has to be it's just a part of the piece, and I have to surrender into it, accepting that. And it forced me to pivot directions. And even that it was like a learning curve and another like fail forward moment, like going into ads, and then also like having room, like an entire room of a cold audience. And I've never really worked with a cold audience before, because everything up until that point I'd sold organically and I could fill rooms organically. But this one was like, nope, this is coming all through like paid ads. The entire room's cold. People have only just come across you. And that was like a huge like wake up moment for me of like, oh, I can't, showing up to a cold audience compared to like a warm audience is completely different. And I have to learn how to also sell to a cold audience compared to selling to a warm audience. And I was like, I battled myself so much. Like that was probably one of the most challenging times of my business journey, was like that last tour that I did at the end of last year.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had never come face to face with so many of like my shadow parts. And I was like, what is going on? Like, and it was just so many questions of like, how is this happening? So much uncertainty, questioning my worth, questioning my value, questioning my business as well, of like, well, if there's so much resistance, is this meant for me? Oh,
whoa.
It spiraled me. It was so deep.
Yeah.
And then getting on the other side of it, like, the first event was like a full up. Like I had never like experienced results like that before. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, what do we need to shift? We've got 3 more cities to do. What can we shift to just like change it up? Because just because it happened there doesn't mean it's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
So it's always been that like innate ability to just take that failure as feedback and micro shift to the next one, to the next one. And then by the end of the tour, I was having my highest conversions ever to a cold room. And it's like, oh my God, I had to literally have that failure at the beginning to learn how to sell to a cold room. And I remember one of my mentors at the time said to me, he said, Candy, like, you want to run really big events globally, don't you? And I was like, yeah. And he said, well, what percentage of the room do you think will be a cold audience when you're at that scale? I was like, probably a really big percent. And he's like, so don't you think it's a good time now in a small room to learn how to sell to a cold audience? And I was like, yeah. I was like, that was like a full lesson for me. And it was like an expensive lesson and a hard lesson, because I was like putting so much into ads. And then that first one, like the conversions were like 0. And I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
But to learn that skill and to learn that lesson was so invaluable to like where we're going in the business. So it's like in that moment, having that anchor point for my human design and knowing like, okay, we're playing out the 3 line just really rough right now. And we're just going to be in this, because beyond that is then you step into that role model.
I'm curious if you didn't know about that part, if it would have changed if you know, maybe wanted to throw in the towel, like, what am I doing? You know, let it all go. But that you had that trust to know that yet we need to go through this.
Yeah.
Because there's so much in a human design chart. It can be really overwhelming, but I like to say, like, go in with an open mind, take what lands, throw away what doesn't, or try it on for size, see how it fits. You can always go back to doing what you were doing. But even if that one thing, like your 3 line that you just feel is like, it's a permission slip in this, or this invitation for you to be like, this is what works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've always kind of had that knowing that that's just how I do life, because I've always just been like, okay, cool. Like, we'll just get up and go to the next one. And that's just been a big character for me, of just that resilience piece.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's interesting you mentioned that you're like the inner gymnast, like your inner child, my inner child's the inner dancer. So it's like that competitive nature of just growing up and being on stage and failing out of a fall, or like falling out of a turn, or like slipping off a like some hold or whatever. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, we failed. It's just like, get up and go again. Like that part of me, that inner child, built the character for how I create and lead in my business now. So I love on her so much. And she didn't know she had a 3 line in her, but it's like,
it's interesting too, like hearing that side of you, and obviously us both being in bodybuilding, like it really ingrained a lot of discipline and a lot of hard work. And you continue to do that. And it's like, that's what I've loved through that work, is to really love and accept all parts of yourself and not try to push them away or change. Like we said earlier, we wouldn't want to change what we did or like not compete. Like, it's really shaped us and the people that I've learned and where it allowed me to go and to travel. But it's like, now we're on this new path and we can take what we've learned and then be that guiding light for others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guiding light has been like my thread recently, especially with all of the darkness in the world right now. It's like, okay, like, this is my permission and my moment to shine the light even brighter, because there is so many people really like looking for that light from the dark tunnel. It's like, there is so much darkness, but there's the polarities always have to play out. So as much darkness as there's equal, if not more, lightness to be experienced.
Yes.
And the inner work for me and the energetic work for me has been that experience of the lightness. It's like that, you know, living from the inside out. And I say with business, for me, the energetics piece with how I work with my clients is learning how to build your business from the inside out. It's like, what is your soul blueprint? What is your soul concept? And when we break away all of those parts of you, and this is essentially why I created Create Her, which is my 3-day event. It's that journey of, okay, when we clean out all the cobwebs, remove all of the limiting beliefs, and actually peel away those masks that you've placed unknowingly throughout your conditioning, and actually find like that inner light, that inner blueprint of like what you're here to do, and breathe life into that. Then you get to build this business that is like the ever unfolding rose. It just keeps growing and expanding, and that is like, you can't put a price on that. Like, that is like true fulfillment for me. For me in my life, that's what I see as true fulfillment, is like actually finding on that deep core level, like, what is my blueprint? Like, what is my soul here to do and serve?
Amen.
And then just oozing that from the inside out and allowing people, and seeing that as kind of like, as I'm oozing that light, like, you get to experience that, and then you get to activate your inner light, and then you get to,
I'm feeling it.
And it's just like, you get to then like expand your inner light to then your community, and then your community get to activate their inner light, and that oozes into their community. It's this domino ripple effect. Just that constant unity awakening and that unity consciousness that is like, this is what we're here to do. Like,
that's
we're
beautiful.
Inner creators. Like, we are here to create that experience for others. And so for anyone who's ever doing the embodiment work, I'm like just so grateful for your work because it's you, it's me, it's who we are, it's us, like us as what we do. And for the people who are listening as well, it's like that work and your work is so needed right now because we're in that shift. Like now, like you said before, it's like if not, like when? It's like now is the most like potent time to really step into this journey like together. And I think that just is like so powerful. Yeah. And how we got here from like my human design 3-line,
no,
oh my God, I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed. I'm like feeling all of that, and like that's the type of work that I want to be doing. Like this is the space that I want to be in. And you have these conversations with people, and then they feel something like with that ripple effect, then they go and share it with someone. And I love that, you know, if you can just share something coming back to like, is what I'm going to say matters. It's like if it does to one, then to someone else. And like that's where it continues to go. But like when you strip back all the conditioning, like through your human design, it's like, who are you when you were born? Like who you came here to be before all the conditioning and told us who we should be. And like coming back to your unique blueprint of yourself and like lead your life from that place, your business from that place, and watch your world change and your relationships and just the way you can start to live your life with this more flow and less resistance with this understanding. And then when you can really embody like these parts that come up, when you can really feel it rather than like pushing it away, it does something, it metabolizes it and essentially doesn't make it go away, but you just create this relationship with it that allows you to have this compassion, not only for yourself, you can then start to see it in others and have it for them. Because I've really felt like throughout the years of bodybuilding of how you would look at people, everything was from what you saw and what we perceived or judged people. It's like I really don't have that way of looking at things anymore. Yeah. It's so different, like it's from living from within. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So great. Oh my gosh. Well, Jules, it's been so beautiful having you on the podcast, and I just feel all of the ebbs and flows of this episode has been, of course, divinely orchestrated, and I know that those who are listening got exactly what they needed to hear. I'm curious to know, like, so with moving to the sunny coast, what is like your primary thing that you'll be doing? Like obviously the human design, like how will you be working with your clients? So like for those who are listening, by the time you're listening to this episode, Jules is going to be been and done in her retreat, be in the sunny coast. She's going to be ready and open to receive more people into our world to help with their human design and their psychosomatic. So
well, I've been working on my gratitude attitude app, which is a really beautiful space to where you come and you share your gratitude and your 3 non-negotiables, and then you'll get a card which will be like a beautiful affirmation card for your day. And I really want to create that community of people, just the power behind gratitude. And then my rich in love is my main thing that I'm going to be doing, which is my human design and my psychosomatics to work with women in that space. And that's what my main focus is going to be on now that I'm going to have all this time to really pour all my love and energy and passion into that. And then I really see myself doing the one-on-one spaces, like with my yin and the human design, like really just having that connection of people in person. I do want to keep that happening in some way. I'm not sure what that looks like yet, but yeah, my main, because it's like you can't just do one reading with someone because it's like, okay, now what do I do with it? Yeah. It's the integration to come back and be like, okay, like how's things going in your business or your relationship? And then we can come in with an embodiment practice, and that's just a really like, you could do this for 12 months. Yeah. You know? Oh yeah. Like you never want it to end. Yeah. So,
and just like that relationship with yourself and who you become in like a 12-month space of working in your embodiment, like
I know. I finished up with when I finished up with the training with my teacher, it's like, oh, we're not stopping.
Yeah.
Like, but we're not done.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
we're
not
just
done.
getting started.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I love that
Yeah.
because like, I feel like, you know, with clients and you just have, there's some clients where you're like, oh, we've got a long soul contract here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a lot
Yeah.
like here, which is like,
And
so
it's trusting
beautiful.
that the people that come into the space are the ones that exactly need it. Like, it's
Yeah.
not for everyone, but like you said, trusting that people will get exactly what they needed today. And that's always my intention when I do a session. We don't need some amazing transformation or breakthrough. It's like, I trust you're going to get exactly what you need.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel better than you did when you
Yeah.
entered in the space. And just know that all parts are welcome. And yeah, we can just work with what comes through. And yeah, it's not for, it really is for anyone. It's not for the people that are fully healed or they need to do all this work. It's no matter what's coming up in your life, we can work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here. Where can people find you if they've been listening, they want to know more, connect with you on socials? Where can they find you?
I don't know if you mentioned it before, but Jules,
Yeah.
is that outdated? That's pretty old.
Is that?
That's been my Instagram since Instagram became a thing.
I was like, you know, when you just know people from their Instagram
Yeah.
handles, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty set in stone. So let's
Yeah.
just keep it at that for now.
Yeah. Jules.
Yeah.
So it's memorable.
It is.
It's memorable.
Mm.
Amazing.
Thank you, my
All right,
love.
my beautiful souls. I will also drop all of Jules's information in the show notes below if you want to connect in. You know where to find it. Thank you for listening to another episode. And if this resonated and you feel like sharing it with someone who needs to hear this message today, please just copy, link, share that. Because every time you share an episode, it helps us grow so we can impact more women and scale this podcast and this mission. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you on the next episode of the Don't Sugarcoat It podcast. Bye.